Madam President.
The Senator.
Madam President, I want to mark today, September 14th of 2011, as the day that NASA has announced our vision for the future. Since the shuttle was retired earlier this year, and we saw the last people go into space on an American flight, many of us have worried that there wasn't going to be another heavy launch vehicle that would take our astronauts to above the below Earth orbit and beyond. Today, after much study and a lot of going back and forth with NASA, I was encouraged to see the design approved by both NASA and the OMB. And I think it is it will be the heaviest, biggest, strongest, most robust vehicle that we've seen since we put men on the moon. And I was very concerned because of the long time frame. Congress asked that this design be delivered by January of this year. And we kept getting delays and delays and delays. And finally, Senator Bill Nelson and I just got frustrated about that timeline. And we've had meetings, and as recently as yesterday, I wanted to meet with the director of OMB, Mr. Jack Lew, who did come to my office to meet with Senator Nelson and myself, and General Bolden, who's the NASA administrator, to get his commitment that we would be on a robust timeline, that it would be as much a priority of NASA to go beyond low Earth orbit as the ferry to the space station, which is the interim vehicle, would be for NASA. And we got those assurances. And Mr. Lew and the NASA administrator, Senator Nelson, myself, Senator Rockefeller was represented, Senator Bozeman. We had all of the relevant people in the loop on this issue because we want to make sure that Congress and the administration are on the same goal with a timeline to achieve that goal. What worried us about the delays were the loss of cost efficiencies and the loss of the experienced personnel to design that new heavy launch vehicle. We want to have the most experienced engineers that will use the proven technology that has been time tested and add to that proven technology the added boosters, the added capabilities that we know we must have to go to Mars, to an asteroid, and to make sure that we do it in a safe manner. I am very encouraged by the commitments that were made and the timetables that we are seeing. I am told by the NASA personnel that we are now going to look for 1 week or two to have the contract modifications in place that will tell the workers that they're going to have those jobs, that we're going to have that experience, that they've got a project to work on. And I think it is essential that we have that kind of experienced personnel to do this. So I am very pleased that we have now this way forward. It is the most powerful vehicle that we will have seen in many, many years. And I think the announcement today is going to set us on a path. And if we can see those contract modifications going out from NASA in the next week or a little more, but no more than 2 weeks from now, then we will know that there is progress and that we are going toward the time when we will have the building of that rocket, that we will have the design followed by the building, and then, of course, the testing, and then the launch. I think when we saw that last flight come down this summer, so many people had very mixed feelings because space exploration has been a part of America's drive and spirit for all these years that we have watched more and more things be accomplished, from President Kennedy's first challenge that we would put men on the moon. Americans have been excited about that opportunity. They haven't just been excited, though, about the exploration and the pushing the envelope. They've also been excited with the quality of life that has been produced by what came from the research, the advancements that we've had in medical treatment, MRIs, the advancements in clothing and the flammability, the weightlessness, the kinds of products that we have been able to discover. I fully expect that with the space station, we're going to be able to do the research on cancers that will grow in the microgravity conditions in space that will not grow the same way on Earth, and that maybe we will be able to test antidotes and medicines for those. That's why I was pleased that the President did announce that we would extend the space station until 2020. We have international partners as well. So we want to make sure that we are a good partner, that we're a reliable partner, and that we do some things for mankind that might make a difference in our lives. National security. We have gained so much in satellite-guided missiles for our national security, and being able to put a missile into a window from 1 mile out is because we have been able to discover in space the use of satellites. This last trip that was taken on the magnetometer that Dr. Ting, the Nobel laureate from MIT, built and insisted on putting in the space station, that's going to be a potential for new sources of energy. We're looking at how matter was formed. We're looking at the cosmic rays. I went to the Johnson Space Center in Houston and saw from the space station the magnetometer that was getting the hits from cosmic rays. And there were 60 scientists in the room that were tracking these hits, trying to determine what was happening when those cosmic rays hit the magnetometer, because they want to see if we can harness an energy source that might be used in space or might be harnessed for Earth. There are things that we haven't even thought of that we hope to find by using the space station and then going to an asteroid or going to the moon. So we've taken a first step today, and I think that many people in America were waiting for the blueprint for the future, and now I think we have one. And as long as we stay on a regular timetable and the funding levels that have been approved already in the authorization bill passed by Congress and signed by the President, if we can stick with those, this has the potential to bring us energy, health, possibly curing breast cancer, things that will make a difference in the lives not only of Americans, but of our fellow citizens all over the world. And that's what the investment can be in NASA if we go forward as we have made this blueprint to do. We are in a time where we must be more efficient. We must fund the priorities and not fund the lesser priorities. In today's markup of our committee, our Appropriations Committee that does fund NASA, we have found the priorities. We also cut programs. Senator Mikulski said in her whole time in the Senate, she's never been an appropriator that actually cut programs. But we did today. We cut programs that were lesser priorities in different areas of our jurisdiction, but we funded NASA so that we would have this heavy launch vehicle We would fund the commercial vehicle that is going to take our astronauts to the space station. That's going to be done in the private sector, and that was the balance that we did in our authorization bill last year. And then we fund the Webb telescope because that's part of the scientific advances that we must make if we are going to know what is out there in space, that we might be able to utilize the knowledge for better life on Earth. So I'm very pleased that we have the Appropriations Committee that will hopefully approve the bill tomorrow, and that we have made those tough decisions, and we came in under the 2011 continuing resolution on our overall bill. We came in under the President's request, but we have fully funded the priorities which have the possibility to reap the benefits from exploration and assuring that America remains the #1 country in the world in space exploration. Our economy has benefited, our national security has benefited, and now we're going to be looking at healthcare possibilities, energy possibilities, and living in space and seeing how we can do that in a better way. So I think we have a plan that will excite the American people again about what we can do in space if we put our minds to it, if we prioritize, if we're efficient with the taxpayer dollars, and we don't lose sight of the vision that is the spirit of America. Thank you, Madam President. I yield the floor.